On Global TV News Express, President Tinubu arrives Maiduguri to inaugurate key projects. In business, federal government issues 590 billion naira power sector bond to clear generation company and gas arrears. On the foreign scene, UK calls for democratic order in West Africa, condemns Guinea-Bissau and Benin attempt. And in sports, Nigeria Women Football League receives a boost, eyes stronger grassroots development. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Shehu Said. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, on StarTimes channel 276. President Bola Tinubu has arrived in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, to inaugurate key development projects and attend the wedding ceremony of the son of former governor Ali Modu Sharif. The president arrived at General Muhammadu Buhari International Airport at noon today, where he inaugurated the newly constructed airport extension and VIP wing. Under the projects aimed at improving passenger handling and strengthening air transport operations in the state. The president was received by Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum alongside Katsina, Adamawa and Delta State governors. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has earmarked 5.41 trillion naira for security, the single largest allocation in the proposed 2026 budget. Presenting the 58.18 trillion naira 2026 appropriation bill to a joint session of the National Assembly, he says national security remains the foundation of economic growth, investment and social stability. It marks the third consecutive year that defense and security spendings have taken priority since the administration began presenting national budgets in November of 2023. Uyi Agmomofuegbe presents a summary of the proposed spending.
Under the proposal, defense and security will receive the lion's share ahead of infrastructure, education and health, reaffirming a pattern established in the 2024 and 2025 budget cycles where security consistently attracted the highest sectoral funding amid persistent threats from terrorism, banditry and kidnapping.
National security remains the foundation of development. The 2026 budget strengthens support for modernization of armed forces, intelligence-driven pricing and joint operations, border security, and technology-enabled surveillance and community-based peace building and conflict prevention.
Beyond security, the 2026 budget also proposes 3.56 trillion naira for infrastructure, 3.52 trillion naira for education, and
without security, investment will not thrive. Without education and healthy citizens, productivity will not rise. Without infrastructure, job and enterprises will not scale. This budget is therefore designed to provide a single coherent program of national renewal, a national security and peace building.
On his part, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, noted that the 2026 appropriation bill is more than the compilation of figures.
The 2026 appropriation bill you are about to present before us is therefore far more than a compilation of figures. It is, for us, a statement of intent, a reflection of priorities, a record of difficult choices, and a roadmap for the next phase of Nigeria's national renewal.
Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, said while the economy has shown signs of recovery and stability, in 2025. Volatility in global oil markets and optimistic fiscal assumptions had exposed the risks of over-reliance on crude oil revenues, making realism and discipline imperative in the 2026 budget framework.
If 2025 was a year of adjustment and learning, 2026 must be a year of fulfillment. Growth must increasingly translate into jobs, higher incomes, and expanded opportunities.
As earlier, the Federal Executive Council had approved the 2026 budget framework at an emergency meeting presided over for the first time by Vice President Kashim Shettima. Uyi Agbumofwegbe reporting for Global TV News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has played host to representatives of the two factions of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, at its headquarters in Abuja. The meeting comes in the wake of several conflicting correspondences received by the Commission from the party. Our correspondent Sadia Yakubu was there for Global Television.
The Independent National Electoral Commission Chairman, Professor Amupita Josh, stated that the purpose of the meeting was to bring all factions of the People's Democratic Party together to address their concerns regarding the upcoming elections and to ensure the party's activities align with the Electoral Act and the Nigerian Constitution. He emphasized that INEC is guided by constitutional provisions, the Electoral Act 2022, and the regulations set by the Commission to maintain the integrity of the electoral process.
So we are determined to ensure that we follow the provisions of the various laws, constitution, and the regulations that we have made.
Senator Sam Anyanwu, speaking on behalf of a faction of the People's Democratic Party, acknowledged the dispute surrounding the conflicting correspondence. He explained that the root cause of the issue lies in grievances, aggression, and ego within the party. Despite these challenges, he reaffirmed the People's Democratic Party's commitment to the rule of law and adherence to electoral guidance.
Since we have a cabinet committee appointed by the neck and beauty of our party, so we want them to come back. Let us, the reconciliation means let's come back.
The other factional chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Tanimu Turaki, spoke about the ongoing issues within the party, while acknowledging that some matters are still before the Court of Appeal. He stressed that INEC cannot replace the role of the judiciary. He, however, assured that the People's Democratic Party factions are committed to resolving their differences through dialogue with INEC and are hopeful that the Commission will respond to their concerns. Turaki also took the opportunity to reassure Nigerians that the PDP would continue to fulfill its role as a primary opposition party, holding the ruling APC government accountable on matters such as security, infrastructure decay, and social justice.
From our own perspective, to assist INEC as a regulator to do an election that Nigerians will held, certainly will do so. More so when now we are aware that indeed our party members are beginning to rise to the challenge of opposition.
Tanimu Turaki-san. Looking ahead, INEC has set a timetable for upcoming elections. The Federal Capital Territory elections are scheduled for February 21st, 2026, followed by the Ekiti and Osun State elections later in the year. INEC has issued a comprehensive schedule of activities to all political parties to ensure smooth election processes in these regions. Sadia Yakubu, reporting for Global Television News.
Now to security matters. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command says it has recorded significant breakthroughs in the fight against crime, arresting over 160 suspects, rescuing dozens of victims between October and December 2025. The Commissioner of Police, FCT Command Mila Antawai, disclosed this while briefing journalists at the command headquarters in Abuja. Kikelomo Okere has details.
According to the police commissioner, the command carried out comprehensive security assessments across 6 area councils of the Federal Capital Territory following his assumption of office in October 2025. The assessments identified key security concerns, including kidnapping, armed robbery, so-called one-chance robberies, car theft, drug-related offenses, and other violent crimes. CP Dantawaye explained that, in line with the directive of the Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun, the command adopted an intelligence-driven policing strategy, combining crime analysis, hotspot mapping, community engagement, and interagency collaboration.
We adopted focused intelligence-driven operational approach, anchored on crime analysis, hotspot mapping, collaboration with sister agencies, and continuous operational evaluation to guide deployments and tactical responses.
Breaking down the figures, the Commissioner of Police says 7 kidnap cases were recorded, leading to arrest of 41 suspects and the disruption of several kidnapping gangs operating within and around the FCT, and 38 suspects arrested, while 26 cases of one-chance robbery led to the arrest of 12 suspects. On rescues, CP Dantawaye says 24 kidnapped victims, including women and children, were safely rescued from criminal hideouts, while 8 others victims of violent crimes were recovered through swift police intervention.
Police Command recorded notable operational successes across multiple crime fronts, particularly in anti-kidnapping operations, armed robbery suppression, arrest of violent offenders, rescue of victims, and recovery of arms, ammunition, vehicles, cash, and other criminal exhibits.
The police commissioner added that 96 suspects were discharged to court during the period under review, with 60 convictions already secured, while other cases remain under prosecution. It further reveals that significant recoveries were made, including rifles, shotgun, locally made firearms, live ammunition, illicit drugs, stolen vehicles, counterfeit items, and over 15 million naira in cash believed to be proceeds of crime. The Commissioner of Police assured residents that the FCT Command will continue to strengthen intelligence-led policing, deepen community engagement, and sustain joint operations to address emerging security threats. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
You are watching the live broadcast of the News Express. When we return, federal government issues 590 billion naira power sector bonds to clear Genco and gas arrears. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and we go into business news. The federal government has issued the first bond under the Presidential Power Sector Debt Reduction Program, marking a major step in efforts to address long-standing payment arrears in Nigeria's electricity industry. The presidency disclosed this in a statement signed by the Team Lead Communications Office of the Special Advisor to the President on Energy, Senan Murray. The 590 billion naira Series 1 power sector bond was issued by MBET Finance Company PLC, a special purpose vehicle of the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading PLC. And the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission says it is committed to boosting investment across priority sectors and implementing the new Economic Development Incentive Framework in 2026. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Aisha Rimi, made this disclosure while addressing journalists in Abuja. Business correspondent Kikelomo Okere has details.
The Executive Secretary, Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, Aisha Rimi, who was represented by the Director of Strategic Services, Abubakar Yerima, while reviewing the Commission's 2025 performance, reported steady growth in capital importation and investment facilitation.
Key digital tools required. The overall impact is that in 2025, the interventions of the department significantly strengthened NIPC's institutional effectiveness, strategic coherence, and national relevance,
He emphasized the important role of the media in shaping Nigeria's economic image and building investors' confidence. Official says accurate reporting promotes transparency and positions the media as a key partner in telling Nigeria investment story.
Overall, the department's intervention reinforced NIPC's role as a strategic national institution and strengthened Nigeria's capacity to attract, manage, and patronize quality investments that support sustainable economic growth.
The Commission thanked the media for its partnership in promoting Nigerian investment potential and reaffirmed its commitment to enhancing investors' support, digital service, and creating a more competitive business environment. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
And women drawn from the 23 local government areas of Benue State have received 500,000 naira each in financial support under the Redeeming Project 774 Explode initiative. The empowerment scheme, pledged by Governor Hyacinth Alia, is aimed at strengthening women's participation in Nigeria's small business sector, with plans for major expansion in 2026. Global Television News correspondent Felicity Ndere reports.
The program is designed to strengthen women's participation in politics and business, formalize women-owned enterprises, expand access to funding, and improved support for small businesses, with the Makurdi distribution exercise bringing together beneficiaries from all 23 local government areas of the state. At the event, the Benue State Governor, Hyacinth Alia, fulfilled his pledge, with each beneficiary receiving 500,000 naira as start-up capital to support their business ventures.
Our voices have been silent, and who is going to represent us more than women themselves?
Speaking on behalf of the governor, the Special Advisor on Women Affairs, Scholastica Benso, said the Project 77 Explode initiative, themed Enhancing Gender Space in Politics, aims to amplify women's voices in governance while promoting economic empowerment.
It's about bringing the visibility and inclusivity of women in politics, in the space of government, the key offices. We want to have a representation. So this program is to give us that opening to be able to amplify our voices. And on that day, the governor pledged to give the beneficiaries across the 23 local government in Benue State 500,000 naira each, and also sponsor a skill for them. They should not just be dependent of office jobs.
Beneficiaries commended the initiative, describing it as a clear demonstration of the governor's commitment to inclusive development and social support across all levels.
I am using this money to start up a business, and I will invite those that are willing to come and see what the governor has imparted in me.
It will encourage me to boost my business. Even my farm input, I will buy and apply fertilizers and other things.
Our governor has kept his promise he made to us on the day we were inaugurated. And I want to use this medium to also employ more.
Project 774 Connectivity, a federal government initiative championed by the national woman leader of the All Progressive Congress, APC, to strengthen local government and promote skills nationwide, is driving growth in Benue State's small businesses, with beneficiaries highlighting the impact of increased funding and supportive policies. In Makurdi, Felicity Ndere reporting for Global Television News.
And we go to the foreign scene, where the United Kingdom has condemned the recent coup in Guinea-Bissau and the attempted coup in Benin, highlighting concerns over democratic governance in West Africa. This was detailed in a statement on its website. Speaking at a United Nations Security Council meeting on West Africa and the Sahel, UK Minister Councillor Jennifer McNaughton also stressed the importance of regional cooperation in tackling security challenges, reiterating the UK's support for regional peace-building efforts. And the European Union leaders have struck a deal to provide Ukraine a loan of 90 billion euros to plug its looming budget shortfalls. The bloc, however, failed to agree on using frozen Russian assets to come up with the funds. The middle-of-the-night agreement reached at summit talks in Brussels offers Kyiv a desperately needed lifeline as US President Donald Trump pushes for a quick deal to end Russia's nearly 4-year war. Zahrau Nasir reports.
European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said Ukraine will only need to pay back the loan once Moscow pays compensation for the damages it has done.
We have to find a solution today. The President of the Council said, and I support him in that, we will not leave the European Council without a solution for the funding for Ukraine for the next 2 years. And the two options, one of them then has to be agreed in the
European Council head Antonio Costa, who chaired the summit, stated that the decision will provide Ukraine with the necessary means to defend itself and support its people.
In October, we decided that the European Union would cover Ukraine's pressing financial needs for 2026 and 2027. Last week, we decided that Russia would not get its assets back until Moscow ends its aggression. Today, we approved a decision to provide 90 billion euros to Ukraine for the next 2 years.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had said on X that the deal is significant support that truly strengthens Ukraine's resilience, noting that it is important that Russian assets remain immobilized and that Ukraine has received a financial security guarantee for the coming years. Zahrau Nasr, reporting for Global TV News.
And in sports, Nigeria's women's domestic football is set for a major boost as new long-term support is expected to strengthen the structure of the Nigeria Women's Football League and deepen grassroots development across the country. With sustained focus on structure and grassroots development, stakeholders believe the NWFL could emerge as a model for women's football on the continent. Anette Patrick completes the report.
The Nigeria Women's Football League, NWFL, is entering a new phase aimed at long-term growth, stability and talent development following a funding partnership designed to strengthen the domestic game. The support is expected to improve league organization, officiating standards and club welfare, while creating clearer pathways for young female footballers from grassroots to elite level. Beyond the top division, the initiative is also projected to support youth programs, community teams, and talent discovery across the states, reinforcing the league's role as a feeder system for Nigeria's national women's teams. Stakeholders say the focus is on building a sustainable football ecosystem where young girls can access competitive football, proper coaching, and regular match opportunities rather than short-term gains.
Total value every year, starting off, is 1 billion per league, right? And what I did is just break it down to tell you this part is cash, this part is production, this part is marketing, and this element of it allows us to buy airtime so that the leagues are visible on national broadcasters.
The Nigerian National League is also expected to benefit from similar support, helping to strengthen the lower tiers of domestic football and improve the overall football pyramid. Officials say better funding at league level will translate into stronger clubs, improved administration, and better preparation for players who will eventually represent Nigeria at junior and senior levels.
This collaboration will mark a good milestone to elevate women football in Nigeria to new heights. Top-tier sport bring expertise, innovation, and share a passion to developing talent and growing the game. Together, we will enhance league operations.
The National Sports Commission has described the development as a positive step towards rebuilding trust in Nigerian sports and encouraging partnerships that prioritize athletes' welfare and grassroots growth.
I'm also connected to the Women League. As an entrepreneur, I did search for sponsorship for the league. But what Chichi has brought to the table today is beyond inclusivity, is beyond equality. It is a true meaning of investing in the girl child.
For women's football, the expectation is clear: a stronger domestic league, wider participation, and a steady supply of talent for the future. Anette Patrick, Reporting for Global TV News.
Another main points again, President Bola Tinubu has arrived Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, to inaugurate key development projects. In business, we told you that the federal government has issued the first bond under the Presidential Power Sector Debt Reduction Program, marking a major step in efforts to address long-standing payment arrears in Nigeria's electricity industry. On the foreign scene, the United Kingdom has condemned the recent coup in Guinea-Bissau and the attempted coup in Benin, highlighting concerns over democratic governance in West Africa. In sports, Nigeria's women's domestic football is set for a major boost to deepen grassroots development across the country. And that's it on News Express, but a quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @GlobalTVNG. I am Shehu Said saying thanks for being with us.